It's 5:30 p.m. on a Tuesday. You just wrapped up an exhausting day at your 9 to 5. You hit all your deadlines, you put out 3 different fires for your boss, and you even covered for a coworker who dropped the ball. Your manager loves you. You are, by all metrics, a highly reliable, hard-working person. You get in your car, sit in gridlock traffic, and you tell yourself, okay, when I get home, I'm going to make dinner, open my laptop, and finally work on my own business. Or maybe it's going to the gym, or writing that book, or studying for that certification. You unlock your front door, you drop your keys on the counter, you sit down on the couch to rest your eyes, just for 5 minutes. Suddenly, it's 10:45 p.m. You've been doom scrolling on TikTok for 3 hours. The laptop is still closed. You haven't done a single thing for yourself. And as you drag yourself to bed, this crushing wave of guilt washes over you. You lay there, staring at the ceiling, thinking, why am I like this? Why is it so incredibly easy for me to build someone else's dream, but impossible to build my own? If this sounds like your life, I need you to listen to me very carefully. You are not lazy. You don't lack discipline. And you are definitely not broken. You are caught in something I call the good employee trap. And today, we're going to completely rewire the way you look at your own goals, so you can stop giving your employer your best self and leaving the scraps for you. To understand why you're doing this, we have to look at how you were raised. As Americans, from the second we step into kindergarten, we are handed a rubric. We're told, here is the syllabus. If you do A, B, and C, you'll get an A. Then you go to college, and it's the exact same thing. Then you graduate, update your resume, and step into corporate America. And guess what? Your boss hands you a list of KPIs and says, hit these numbers, and you'll get your bonus. Your entire brain has been conditioned for over 20 years to operate inside a structure built by somebody else.
But what happens when you sit down at your kitchen table at 7 p.m. to work on your side hustle? There is no boss. There is no syllabus. There is no guaranteed paycheck waiting at the end of the week. You have to invent the structure out of thin air. When you sit on the couch and freeze, you aren't experiencing laziness. You are experiencing decision paralysis. Your brain is overwhelmed by the lack of structure, so it defaults to the path of least resistance. TikTok, Netflix, or going to sleep.
But there's a second, darker reason why you can work so hard for your manager, but not for yourself. It's called the consequence gap. Think about it. If your boss asks you for a report by 9 a.m. on Thursday, you will stay up until 2 in the morning to finish it. Why? Because the consequences are immediate and terrifying. If you don't do it, you get fired. You lose your health insurance. You can't pay rent. But if you make a promise to yourself, I'm going to launch my website this weekend, and you don't do it, what happens?
Nothing. Nobody yells at you. You don't lose your apartment. The only consequence is a quiet, internal disappointment that you've just learned to live with. You have trained yourself to believe that breaking a promise to someone else is a catastrophic failure. But breaking a promise to yourself is totally acceptable. You treat your own boundaries as suggestions. You are treating yourself like your own worst client. So how do we fix it? How do we flip the script? We borrow a concept from personal finance. If you've ever read a money book, you know the golden rule of wealth is pay yourself first. When you get your paycheck, before you pay the landlord, before you pay the credit card company, you take 10% and put it in your savings. You pay you first. You need to start doing this with your energy. Right now, you are giving your employer your prime real estate. You are giving a corporation your absolute best brain cells from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. By the time you get home, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for willpower, is literally depleted. Stop trying to build your empire with the leftover 10% of your battery. Starting tomorrow, I want you to wake up just 45 minutes earlier. Don't check your work email. Don't look at Slack. Sit down with your coffee and give the absolute best, freshest 45 minutes of your brain power to your goals. Let your boss have the tired version of you. I promise you, even your tired version is enough to keep your 9 to 5, but your dreams require your absolute best. Second,
You need to manufacture consequences. Since you don't have a boss breathing down your neck, you have to create fake stakes. Tell a friend you will give them $100 if you don't publish that video by Sunday night. Suddenly, that deadline isn't a suggestion anymore. It's real. And finally, you need a clocking in ritual at home. When you leave the office, you literally leave. But when you get home, the lines are blurred. When you walk through your front door, change out of your work clothes, wash your face, go to a coffee shop, or sit at a specific desk. Tell your brain, the employee is clocked out. The CEO is clocking in.
You've spent years proving that you are capable of working incredibly hard. You have the work ethic. You have the drive. The evidence is right there in your career. Now, it's time to stop giving all that magic away to people who would replace you in a week if you left. It's time to start employing yourself. If this video hit home for you, hit the subscribe button. We talk about the real, uncomfortable truths of self-improvement here every week. Stop scrolling, close your laptop, and go do that thing you promised yourself you'd do today. I'll see you in the next one.